Welcome to Tech Manual, and if you are new here, please make sure you subscribe, you comment, like, and always share our videos. In today's video, we are going to learn how we can be able to create student fee record system. So to create this system, we are going to follow 6 steps. The step number 1 will be creating tables. Then we'll apply queries, then we'll create relationships. After that, we'll have to create forms, then we'll create report, then finally we'll have a user interface. So to start with, we're going to go to our desktop. On your desktop, you right click, go to new, then you open Microsoft Access database. Here it is. We open this, the new Microsoft Access database. Then make sure you enable content. To enabling content, we are going to go to file, then we open new Microsoft Access database. Make sure you selected blank database. Then you can select where you want to save your work, the file location. So you click on this icon here, it will take you to where you want to save your work. So for the sake of this video, we're going to save our work in the Tech Manual folder. Give it a name as student fee. Student fee record system. Then you click OK. After doing so, you have given the file name and the file location. Now you can click on create. Here we are going to create at least 5 tables, starting with the student table. So the first thing we're going to do, we click on the create tab. Then here we already have one table which you can always delete, so that you can start on a fresh document. But before deleting, make sure you closed your table. Good. So we click on table, it will be able to generate our first table. Then you right click on it, click save. Before saving, make sure you give your table name. So we're going to give it name as student table. Just write student, then you click OK. Then we are going to open it into a design view, so that we can be able to design it or give it field name. So the first field name is always ID. Leave it as it is. Then our field name will be student, with data type as text. Okay. Then you can save it. Then you close. Second table, we repeat the same procedure. Create tab, table, we give it a name, so we save it and give it a name as class. Then you click OK. Right click, open into the design view. The field name will be class, with data type as text. We save it and close. Then the third table repeat the same procedure. Open table, we save it as roll number, or you can just write it as roll, then click OK. Then we design view of our table to give it a field name. The field name will be roll. Data type as text. The data type for roll number will be number, not text. Number. Then you save your work and you close. Then the fourth table will be the table for the total fees. So we'll save it as total fees. Then open the design view of our table. We give it the field name as total fees. The data type for fees would be number, not text. Then you save and close the table. Then our last table now is going to be the main menu table, which is going to consist of all the four tables: the class, the roll, student, and total fees table. It's going to be included into our last table, which is the main menu table. So we're going to save it as main menu. Then you click OK. So the design view of our main menu table is going to be with at least 6 field names. So the first field name will be ID, the data type as auto number. Then the second field name will be student. Second, the third field name will be class. Then we're going to have roll. Then the total fees. Then we're going to have now extra 2 fields which will be received. The received fee, and the remaining fee. Then we are going to select data type for each field name, starting with the student. Student would be number, class would be the same number, then everything will be number. Then our data type will be number. Data types would be number. Okay, then make sure after setting everything you save your work and you close the table. Nice. Now remember we had a list that we are supposed to accomplish. So the first step was to create tables, of which we already have created 5 tables. So we're going to move to the next step, which is we're going to apply now the query. For you to apply the query, make sure you have selected the main menu table. But before that, we are going to create relationship. So you select the main menu, then you go to database tools. Sorry, we've skipped one step, which is applying the query before we move on to the relationship. So we are going to apply query. So to apply query, we select the main menu, then you go to create. Using the query wizard, we are going to use to create our query. So you click on query wizard, then simple query wizard, click OK. then you select everything here, then go to next. Details show everything, go to click next. Then you can call it main menu query, which is fine. Then you finish. So that will be our main query. After doing so, we make sure that you selected the main menu query. Then you can close it as well. So you select main menu query, then you click on the database tools so that you can be able to create the relationship. After doing so, you click on the relationship icon, then you select all the tables you add. You can close this, you can drag this main menu down here, then you can rearrange this so that student comes first, followed by class, roll, then total fees will be the last table. Make sure you arrange them well. So student will be there, we have class, second one, roll, then total fees as the last table. So here we are going to create relationships for student, class, roll, and total fees, all to be linked up to the main menu table. So we are going to use ID for student. We link it to the main table to the field for student. You drag it there, then you leave it, then make sure you confirm it is a table you are connecting ID for the student and then the field for student in the main table. So make sure they are the same, then you can click on create. Then ID for class, we link it to the class. Make sure you confirm, then you create. Have roll with roll, create. Then total fees with total fees, create. After doing so, make sure you save your relationships, then you close that field. So far we are done with 3 steps. That is creating tables. We've already applied the query, then we have created the relationship. So the step number 4 is now we are going to move on to create forms. So for you to create forms, we are going to create at least 5 forms. So the first form we are going to create is the student form. So you select the student table, then you go to create the form. So here we are not going to use form wizard, but we're just going to use the form feature. So you click on form, it will be able to open this form. So you make sure you delete this part, you select here, then you delete, you click you hit backspace. After doing so, you will right click on this form, open the design view so that you can be able to design the form, expand a little bit. Then using we have form design tools, so we are going to use the design option to be able to add more features to our form. So the first feature we're going to use is the button. So we are going to add a button to our form. So click on this, then we can add our button right there. So here we're going to select record operation, add a new record. Next, we select, instead of picture we're going to use text. So we're going to say add, instead of add record you can say add student, then you click next and finish. So this is going to be our button for the student form. Then you can right click, then you save it as student form, then you click OK. After that you can close your table. Then we move to the next form, which is going to be the class form. So you select the class table, go to create, click on form. As usual, you delete this part, then you go to the design view so that you can be able to design this form. Expand, then you're going to add button right here. Record operations, add new record, then next, select text, then we're going to add the class, then next, then finish. So there comes our button. You save it as class form, then you click OK. Then after that you close your form. We move on to the next form, which is going to be the roll number form. So you select the table for roll, then you create the form, you delete this lower part, then you go to the design view so that you can be able to add the button. So here we are going to add button right here. So record operation, add new record, going to use text, so it will be add roll, then you click next and you finish. You save it as roll form, then you click OK, and then you close your form. Then next we are going to create total fees, the fee. So you select the total fees table, then you go to create, you create form, you delete the lower part, then you go to the design view, you expand for us to be able to add the button, then you click on button, add it right here. Record operation, add new record, next, which is text. So instead of writing add total fee, we are going to write save, so that we can be able to save the total fee amount. So click next, then you finish, it will be saved. Then you save it as total fees form, click OK, then you close your form. Then the last form you're going to create is you're going to use, instead of using the main menu table, you're going to use now the query to create the last form. So we're going to click on main menu query, you click on create, then you hit form. So there's no lower part, so we're going to move directly to design. Right click on the form, click on design view, you enlarge this so that you can be able to add the button. So we are going to add the save button right here at the bottom. Going to add, so record operation, add new record. Instead of writing add, we are going to write save. So our button before saving the details for the student. So here we are going to apply combo box. It's still under the form design tools, under design. As you can hover around these icons, you'll be able to see this as combo box. So for us to be able to use combo box, we're going to delete these fields. First, you start by deleting the student. So click using the delete button. Nice. Then we are going to use combo box now to insert the same field right there. Then you select this option. I want the combo box to get the values from another table or query, so you click next. Then we've started by student, so the first we are going to select here student table, then click next. Here we are going to select student, next, then here we select student, then next, then you select the store that value in that value in this field. Going to select still student, then you click next, then you finish. So here you're going to drag it a little bit there, then you leave it, and you rename this to student. Move on to the next field, which is class. You delete. Then using combo box, I'm going to insert the field for class. Next, select table, the class for the table, then you select class, next, class, next, then store that value in this field. You select class, then you click next, then you finish. You will drag it still, then you leave it. Then we are going to rename this to class. Nice. Then roll, delete, then use combo box still. Next, and this is roll. Next, you select roll. Next, here you still select roll, click next, then the value I want to store it will be still roll, then you click next and finish. Then drag it, leave it there. I'm going to call it roll. Then we have total fees. You delete, which is the last field. We're going to use combo box, and it right there. Click next, total fees, next, select total fees, next, still total fees, next, then where you want to store the value is still total fees, then you click next, then you finish. You drag it still until it's in the right place. You drag it there, leave it, then you rename it as total fees, total fee. After doing so, you can now save this form as main menu query form, then you click OK, then you can close it. So there we go, we've created tables, queries and form, and on our list we are through with creating forms. So we move to creating the report. So for us to be able to create the report, we are going to use the main menu query. The main menu query, which is right here, you select it, then you go to create. Using the report wizard, we are going to create now the report. So click on it. So the first query we are going to select is the main menu query, where we are going to take all the ID, move it, and it must begin because this is the most critical step. Then for the student, you must select it from the student table, so make sure you've selected the student table. Then you hit select student. Then next we're going to select the class, select class. Next we're going to select the roll number from the roll number table. Then total fees from the total fees table. Then we're going to have our last two values, two fields, which is the received fee and the remaining fee. Then we click next. This is okay. Then next. Next. So here we're going to select ID, then student, then we select class, and then roll. Then you click next. Tabular format layout, and then the orientation, which is portrait, which is okay. Then you click next and you finish. So this is how our report will look like, but you can always make some changes, or you can edit. So you right click on it so that we can design it the way we want. So make sure you select both two boxes. Send this, start with the student, that. Make sure you arrange it very well. Then class. Using control, you can select both boxes and to move them at the same time. You can also reduce the size. Then you have roll and roll. Move them over there. You can adjust. Then you can see it is wrongly arranged. You can select that. Then go to the format tab. You can change the alignment. Then you have total fees. You move it right there. You can adjust the size. You can also adjust the alignment right there. It's fine. You can reduce the size. Then you have the received fees. Move it right there. Adjust alignment. Then you have the remaining fee. You move it and adjust to. Then you can make these page headers to be bold. So you select all of them, the page headers, then you make them bold. You can even increase the size to 12. Then you save. You can save your report. It's a mistake we did, but you can correct. Close it. Then you can right click on it so that you can rename our report to student report, student fee record report, student fee record report. You enter. So this is how our report will look like. You can still adjust. You can see the ID and student is too close, so you can make some adjustment here. Design view, then you still move it just a little bit, that, and then you save your work, save it, and open as the report view, which is now looking presentable. So we can check our list if we are okay. So we are done with creating the forms, and then we are also through with creating the report. Now we are going to move on to create our user interface. Creating the user interface. So for us to be able to create the user interface, let's close the report, close this. So here we're going to select, going to go to the create tab, then you select blank form, then on the under form layout tools, we're going to use the label tool. Click on it, then you come and click right there, then you are going to write student fee record system. Then we are going to adjust it like that, then we move it at least right there, then click on format. You can change to Arial black, then can use green color, then the font color white, it's okay, then the size can use 20. The student fee record system. Then we are going now to using the still under form layout tools, click on design, then we are going to use button. We're going to add several buttons, which is the first one is going to be the student, the button to add student. So we select form operation, open form, then you click next, you open student form, next, we're going to use the text. So instead of open file, we're going to write add student, then click next, then finish. So that's how it's going to appear. Then you still add another button right there. Form operation, you repeat the same, open form, next, then you're going to use the next one is going to be class form, then you click next, then you're going to use text right there, add class, then next, finish. Add another button for role, form operation, you open form, next, select form, which is role, next, then next, going to write there add role, then next, finish. Then we're going to have another button which would be for form operation, form, which would be for total fees, next, then right here text as total fees, that is going to be the name of our button, next, then we finish. Then we're going to add another one, which is going to display now the details. So the student record, the student fee record. So form operation, open form. Next, just going to open the main menu, query form. Next, text is going to write here student fee record details. Student fee record details. Click next, then you finish. Then the last button is going to display now the report. So you're going to select report operations, open report. Next, which is student fee record report. So here we're going to write open report. Instead of open report, you're going to write student fee record, student fee record report, student fee record report. Then you click next and finish. So we can add an extra button, which would be for just a miscellaneous button for exiting the application button, which would be used to exit the system. Click next, then text. Instead of quit app, you can exit the system. Then next, then you finish. You can also delete this first, then you add it at later time. So you select student fee record details, give it another color, which is you're going to use format. So let's give it blue, color white, then we give it Arial black, size 12. Then this you can give it a different color to show the difference. That color white still, and Arial black, size 12. And then this you can use control to select them both. Then you can change the color to something different. And then you can give it black, size 12, serial. Nice. So here we have the user interface. So you right click and save it as I'm going to save it as student fee record system, student fee record system. Save it as student fee record system, then you click OK. Then you can open it as form view. That's how it's going to appear. Then there's a spelling error here, which you can always correct. Right click and name it as record report. Nice. So once you click on add student, it's going to take you here. So we're going to add another button right here after add student button. going to add another button. So we design view, button is going to be right there. So form operation, open form. Next, going to open student fee record system. Next, so the button before, back, write it as back, then you click next, you finish. Make sure you align your buttons well so that your work can look appealing. Then you can save it. You save, then you open form view, click back, click on add class, you do the same, we design, add the button right there, form operation, open form. Next, student fee record system. Next, you write there, write back, click next, then you finish. You align your buttons well, then you open there, you save, then open form view, click back, click add roll number, you repeat the same procedure, we design, add the button right there, form operation, open the form. Next, student fee record system. Next, context right there, back, click next, then you finish. Align the buttons well, then you save it, then open form view, click back, need to add total fees, going to add total fees, repeat the same procedure, add button right there, form operation, open form. Next, student fee record system. Next, then write back, back, then you click next, then you finish. Make sure you aligned your buttons well, you save it, then you open the form view. Now we can go back to our student record system, and you can click on student fee record details, which is right here. We're going to do the same design, then you add back button, form operation, open form. Next, student fee record system. Next, text, which would be back button. Next, then you finish. Align the buttons well, make sure you align them very well, then you save and open form view, click back. So you have student fee record system. Click to check student fee record system. So hit the student fee record report to display the report. Now we can go back to the student fee record so that we can be able to add the student. So we click here to add the student. So here I can add my name, add, then you can add maybe other name, and then you click back, add the class. Let's say you have class 1, have 2, then 3, back, then you have role of 1, you have 2, then 3, bucks, then you have the fee. Let's say total fee is around 20,000, then you click save, back. Then have student, now the student fee record details. So the student name, you can select the names that you just added. Have Daniel, you can select class, let's say 1, then the roll number, and say 2, so that you can be able to see the difference. Then 20, received fee, let's say has paid 18,000, then the remaining will be 2,000, then you save. Second one, have John, class you can say 2, then you have 1 as the roll number, total fees 20,000, then has paid 18,500, which a balance of 1,500, then you save. Third student as that one, then class have 3, roll number, let's say 3, the same, total fee 20,000, as paid 19,000, with a balance of 1,000, then you save, click back, then you can be able to click now the student fee record. As you can see, it's not displaying because we had already opened the student report. So we come on refresh, click on refresh and click refresh there. It will be able to display for you the records for the student, starting by the ID, the student name, the class where the student is, the roll number, the total fees, received fee, then the remaining fee. So you can click here to close all. Then remember, we said that if you want to exit the program, you can add another form, so another button. So you open the student fee record system, then you right click on it, open the design view. So here you're going to expand it, let's say like that. Then you're going to add another button where it will be a button to quit or to exit the program. So this application, which is quit application. Then next, instead of quit app, you're going to write here exit the application, then you click next, then you finish. So you can drag it right there, enlarge it a bit. I can give it format as red, then color white, it's okay. Then Arial black, then 20. That's how it will appear. That's how it will be able to appear. Then you can save and display it as in form view. So here we have our system. Then we can cross check the list or the steps. So As you can see, we've been able to create a interface which looks exactly like the one we had already displayed here. So we have the steps. So for you to be able to create a student fee record, you will have to create the tables, which is number 1. Then number 2, you have to create you have to apply the queries. Then the third one is the relationship. Then you have you create the forms. Then you have to create the report, and lastly you create the user interface, which is exactly what we have here in our work. So we've been able to create the student fee record system as easy as it is. Then once you click on this exit, it will be able to exit the system. Nice. So thank you for listening and learning together with us. Stay tuned in so that once we upload our next video, you'll be the next one to be the first person to be notified. Make sure you subscribe and you click the notification bell and enable all the notifications so that next time we upload the video, you'll be the first one to be notified. Thank you.